Hey, how's it going, everybody? You're all very welcome to Harden Up Podcast. Are you still happy with that name?
You know, I'm not quite sure, actually.
I was driving in along, I was going... By the way, I'm Tom and Owen.
I'm Owen Colgan, nice to meet you.
This is number 4, but we have 5. There is 5 episodes, so if it's your first time listening, go back. There's a bunch more of our fucking...
Shite talk there.
Shite talk, really. There's... we bill ourselves as being experts, but we're really not experts in anything.
Yeah, we're trying our best, but we're just making up as we go along.
I've been thinking just the Owen and Tom podcast.
You know what? I think you're right. Get hard up. I just sometimes see it on Instagram and I'm like, what? Oh, yeah, this is our podcast. And then I think, yeah, maybe the name could be changed. But then again, that's the same as anything, you know?
Yeah.
You start off with this name at the start and it's an evolution. So maybe let's go to whatever.
We'll go to 10 and see. Oh, yeah, would you want to go to Owen and Tom?
Do we need to put a bit... Is that lazy then, though?
Oh, it's lazy. But no, any listeners of the podcast will know that it's a fucking debate we've had back and forth. And everybody keeps on going, no, I think that name's class. I think that people are too polite nearly.
That's the thing, you see, and everyone's got different opinions, so it has to come down to me and you. But then again, Owen and Tom or Tom and Owen podcast, it doesn't grab you either.
No.
Because like, who the fuck is Tom and Owen?
Yeah.
No cunt in America knows me and you. So maybe we need to, I don't know, we'll have to think about that one. Bit of brainstorming.
Yeah, because the imagination can go too mad. Like if we were two dim fuckers, we go,
yeah.
Owen and Tom works fine.
Perfect. Let's go with that now, yeah.
But the problem... Spot on, drive on. But the problem being is that we put too much thought into it. Like, I couldn't name a car. I was only thinking that the other day. I was driving behind a yoke called the Hyundai Matrix the other day. No, actually, wait and you hear this. So, the designer that designs Maseratis and Ferraris comes out of a company called Pininfarina. That was your man's name, right? His nickname was Pini.
Fucker sounds rich already.
Yeah, doesn't he?
Pininfarina.
Yeah. I swear to God, right? And I'm pulled in behind this Matrix, and I'm going, fuck, that's an ugly looking car, right? Yeah. Square as fuck, just pure, no thinking went into it at all, but probably very practical for putting shit in and out like the shopping. But I see there's a badge up the side of it, and it says Pininfarina, the exact same font and style badge on the side of a Ferrari. Like, I went, go to fuck.
Yeah.
You go, and this is me now thinking it was one of the boys sticking a GTI sticker on the back of a you know. And it troubled me. And I Googled it, right? Because I was going to talk with you about this on the podcast. I fucking Googled it. Lo and behold, Pininfarina does a couple of fucking Aldi versions as well.
Right, but a bit of money on the side, a couple of mixtures.
And this is where the fast money comes in, apparently.
Yeah, big time.
Because you might be 5 years designing a Ferrari. That Matrix got designed on the back of a fag box.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, you need to have your sort of bread and butter stuff.
Yeah.
And you need to have the big sort of stuff where you're trying to reach, like making a Ferrari. I don't know how long that takes. Could be taking
fuck knows.
Couple of years to make one, would it? Or are they just a factory line now?
No, well, they are a factory line, but an awful lot of it is still hand put together.
Yeah, there you go. But then he's got to probably make those Aldi versions on the side, so there's a bit of quid coming in, because I'm sure he's got kids, and then maybe his wife is giving him a big stick.
You know, like when you get to a certain level of rich too, you got to keep it up. Like, you got to be going, here, hold tough, will you? There's a fucking new Ferrari coming there. You go, I don't want no new Ferrari fucking money. I want the fucking Hyundai Matrix.
Yeah.
But I was thinking, like, what cunt just went, era Matrix?
Yeah, you'd wonder where they come up with these names. I used to like the old names, like the Starlets and the...
They were the
Avensis.
best names. Yeah.
Yeah, and the fucking Corolla, and now it's like Matrix or... I can't actually think of any other ones.
They do now. I think was McGahern fucking spot. No, it was Kevin. It was Kevin. Kevin McGahern.
Was it Daihatsu?
Was he Daihatsu? Or was he was Deo? Because I know Carl Spain was driving around in a cactus at one stage.
But the thing is, you have to drive around with the name on the side.
Yeah,
that's the bit that bothers me.
Yeah.
Proudly
brought to you by fucking Colgan's Garage.
Well, see, I did have the name on it. Then I go home and I get my father to paint it off. You know what I mean? And then every time I go back in, draw it back on again.
Could they not give you one of the magnetic ones you could throw on? Like if you're going to a wedding, you don't want to be that langer. Like, you know what I mean?
Because you're constantly putting it out there. But then again, if someone said to me, anybody out there wants to give me a car, I'll do it, Tom.
Yeah.
I will do it.
You're a good man. You've got
to fucking have the hand out all the time.
Well, you see. But it was the McGahern did the voiceover for the ad for the Dacia Duster.
The Dacia Duster. Duster's a shite name.
That's what I mean. Like.
Dacia is a nice name, but Duster is a bit, come on.
Yeah. Or as the Polish, because it is Russian brand, they call it Dacia.
Dacia.
Do
you know, speaking of Russian brands, I saw a ladder the last day, and when I was younger, we used to always make jokes about how do you keep your hands warm? You push a ladder, something like that.
Yeah.
I seen them now, and I was like, fuck, they're cool cars.
Did you? What year was this? Like,
What year did
The
I
one
see
you
it?
saw, yeah.
Oh, about, I think 1980, I think it was, or 79.
Because there was a fella in Banshee, the village up the road from me, and he fucking lived by and by. He'd get and the kids, his kids used to get an awful time. But he had a brand new one, like.
Yeah.
In his head, he was going, but I'm getting a brand new car every year for a quarter of the price. All you stupid cunts are driving your cars. And this is back in the early 90s when everybody drove a heap of shit.
Yeah.
Everybody drove a heap
All
of
cars
shit.
on the road were shit.
Yeah. And I think, and this man had a fucking brand new one.
You know what, Tom? I'm not going to lie to you. I would definitely get a lad if there's one out there.
Would you?
I fucking would. And I seen it and I was like, because you know the way sometimes you get nostalgic about your past. And I was like, I used to always see those cars and hate them. And now I'm like, it kind of reminds me of days gone by. And I'm like, I'd love to be driving around town with a lad.
Do you know what? And I guarantee you, it'll be some talking point. I bet you the fucking thing would last too.
Oh, keep fucking
Russian
going.
built.
Like, yeah. Them fuckers don't stop, Tom.
But that was my thing. I was going, imagination-wise, my fucking imagination I couldn't stop at Duster. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If they come in after a Monday, after a session or something, some lad in the office goes, I have it, boys.
Mm-hmm.
Go on, we've been talking. We were going to say we were going to call it the Ultranus. We were going to call it
the Vortex Central.
Yeah. And then this lad goes, not at all.
Duster, man. What do you mean? Well, I've a Blackbird at the house. I've got a Duster, right? Okay. But if someone signed off on it.
Yeah.
The top boys go, that's a brilliant name.
Somebody signed off on that fucking thing.
It goes to show you that you can make up any shite.
Any fucking shite.
Any shite you can make up. What is there? I can't really think. I've seen a lot of cars and I've forgotten the brand name of them or whatever.
Like we're across the way from the iconic Golf. Even that was a langer of a name because you wouldn't fit golf clubs in the back of a Golf.
No, you wouldn't.
They have the Volkswagen Fox, which I'm not sure. Maybe they thought it was nippy like a fox.
I like the Volkswagen though. I like that name.
Volkswagen.
Yeah,
or
something kind of like, oh, that's German. Is it German?
German, yeah. But sure, do you know who started Volkswagen? Hitler.
Did he fuck?
He did.
Started making cars.
Volkswagen means Volts is basically family or thereabouts, and Wagen being obviously car, and it was cars for fucking everybody, and that's what he said. He'd some like in fairness to him, mad.
Fairness to Hitler.
I'm putting
you don't hear that line often.
I'm putting a disclaimer on this, right? Fucking in fairness to Hitler. Mm-hmm. Yes, he was.
This better be good.
He was a bad bastard.
Yeah,
he was a bad bastard. He had one or two good ideas.
He did, yeah.
In the way of auto engineering, his fucking roads were outstanding. The thought process put into the autobahns, genius.
Yeah, they're good roads.
Or at least he employed good fellas. Maybe he only employed good fellas when it came to the fucking. But he came up with the Beetle, the notion of the Beetle. Wow. Pump him out on a line, just like Henry Ford, but we're going to pump him out cheap, and every fucker will get one.
Yeah, but the thing about the Beetle is it's an awful shite-looking car.
Oh yeah. But back in the day, you were happy if all you were going around was an Aston car.
True, yeah, but
I said for the price of that fucking donkey, we'll give you a car.
I'd sooner step on top of the donkey.
Would you?
Ride around on a donkey. Because anytime I used to see a Beetle when I was younger, I'd be like, "The fucking straight of them cunts." At least when you still have a Beetle, and then I'd fucking ride off my donkey. But no, I never liked the Beetle now too much.
Didn't you?
No, I was never gone it. No,
I thought now you'd be it's quirky, it's fun.
No. I was actually used to go over to Mexico a few times, and they have loads of Beetles over there. Thousands.
That's where all the Germans fucking nipped away to South America. Sure.
Yeah. Well, it's up the north there, but they have a load of them over there too. A load of apparently fucking Germans nipped over to Mexico as well. Argentina and spots like that. Maybe they did bring them over with them.
That's the only reason why I could think a Beetle would be in Mexico.
I think they buy a lot of the disused cars from America.
Right.
And they get them sent down. You know the way like a load of Toyota cars get sent from here over to, I think, Nigeria, isn't it?
Yeah, I sold an old Land Cruiser one time. It was a Hilux. And the Hilux is the vehicle of the third world, as we know. Like, I mean, whether you're in ISIS or you're in fucking, you're in one of the fucking tribes in Nigeria, they love a fucking Hilux.
They do, yeah. They go forever.
They go forever. You can fix them with a fucking scissors and a.
How would you feel about it, like a lad in the Taliban driving around in your old car?
Sure, look it. More power to him. I'd be fucking more upset if the car broke down on a man.
Christ!
Imagine getting that phone call. Hello, my friend. Friend. This fucking Hilux.
The Hilux broke down.
Listen, how do you change the fucking radio settings? I'm still listening to fucking Tipperary Midwest Radio.
How do you turn off the debt notices?
How do you turn off Declan Nerney?
Imagine, world, they'll let me off driving around Nigeria.
Imagine a bunch of lads, or a bunch of lads in ISIS. Stop the world, they'll wait me up. Hey, we're trying to blow the world up, my friend. Hey.
They're clearly doing fucking huge gigs to fucking Taliban lads. Just shooting guns into the air.
Imagine Declan with a fucking AK up on stage, like just joining in. No,
Stop
no,
the
no,
world.
no.
Yeah. Fucking hell.
It's gone off the fucking rails already, hasn't it?
Small bit, yeah.
We're trying to, I think, lighten the load on you people because
The load has been blown all over the world.
oh Jesus, that's what Corona fucking. At least it's not sexually transmitted.
No, I don't. I don't know how. I don't think it's. What
But if you're in that close, you're probably going to give it anyway or get it.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's a funny one because I thought at the beginning I was like, come on.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal.
Mm.
And now there's a bit more pandemonium and like people are dying and I'm like, it's getting fucking fairly serious. And I thought that it was going to be a bit of a gimmick. I don't know why, because people like conspiracies like that. It's a good excuse for in the future to
Make a movie.
Well, make a movie. Tom Cruise, I'm sure, will make one about it.
Tom Hanks definitely will. The poor bastard hasn't.
That lad is. I hope he gets all right.
He'll be alright.
I'll be around the best doctors, that lad.
This is it.
The fucking
Fellas
best.
like him don't fucking die like a
Not
stuff.
at all.
Like, you know what I mean?
He dies when he wants to die.
Fucking right, and he may never die. Like I reckon there's a big fucking farm of them lads. They have an
it's
island.
the moon, inside the moon.
Do you reckon?
Inside the moon, they're all there shedding their skin. That's why you see the outside of the moon is sort of like fucking reptilian looking. Almost. But
Mayo's David Icke sitting beside me here.
David fucking Icke, he's good though. I like him.
I like him too. Yeah.
I like his
He don't give one
confidence.
fuck.
Yeah.
It sells it with some confidence, don't he?
He fucking knows his shit, man.
Oh yeah.
But like he's well researched, so I wouldn't disown the stuff he says. I'd be thinking about it, going maybe because a lot of the stuff, the older you get, the more stuff you look back on, you're like, that was fucking complete bullshit I was told about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the whole thing I was thinking, because people were saying, this is an excuse now to start chipping people.
Yeah.
Or even closing the borders whenever they want. They might say, there's another sort of form of corona, virus spreading in our country. We're just going to close the borders. That's what people are saying, Tom.
I mean, it came in around, Brexit just.
Mm-hmm.
Like they reckon it possibly goes back as far as November.
Mm.
I don't know how you would correlate it to how Brexit happened.
Mm-hmm.
But also then I listen to experts, they're saying it's far too complex of a fucking
no, it probably is. You can always tie stuff together.
Man-made. They reckon you're like a specialist reckons a disease jumped from one of them little fellas. They're not armadillos, but they look like little armadillos.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen them? They're fucking cool as fuck.
Nocturnal fucking creepy looking.
Yeah, they begin with
bastards.
a P like a Patagonia or something like that. Again, there's people screaming now at their fucking phones going, "You two thick cunts, it's a fucking Pygmalion."
Yeah, I think I've seen the word. I thought it was bats originally, but it was...
They'd reckon bats, and then that was kind of thrown out there because the Chinese lads would eat it. You know what I mean? They fucking would. Like, there's no two ways about it. And I'm not saying every Chinese person the same way, but fuck me, like, they'd eat anything. They'd fucking...
But they might think we eat a fucking awful shite too.
Jesus, now. We're fair fucking limited. Like, we have bats... And we have squirrels, and we don't fucking eat them. Like,
true, not yet anyway. Let's see how this virus goes. I'd be out in the field fucking eating a squirrel sandwich before we know it.
Do you remember Demolition Man?
Yeah?
Remember that movie Demolition Man?
Yeah.
It's like, is this a rat burger? It's like, it was the way Stallone went, rat burger. It's like...
Oh, Christ. Can I just say, I watched Rocky 2, I think I told this already, over Christmas, and I was watching him and I'm like, he's the fucking worst actor I've ever seen in my life.
Fucking terrible.
Hey, you want to get this house? You want to get this house? Hey. I was like, is he fucking meant to be like that?
Yeah.
He encouraged me though that if he can fucking make it, I can make it.
Yeah.
Hey, just a rip burger. Brilliant. Brilliant. Fuck me. He's a caricature of himself.
And that's the thing we watched the other night because we were trying to get nostalgic and watching old movies. Like we watched Crocodile Dundee.
Very good.
Oh,
yeah. That's not.
That was a good movie.
Yeah,
that was a good fucking movie. But Last Action Hero was on.
Who was that? Who was in that?
Schwarzenegger.
I must have seen it though.
Oh, you would have.
What
it is he's basically this young fella gets thrown into a movie by accident. Like gets transported into the movie, the action movie that he's a big fan of that Schwarzenegger is in.
Mm-hmm.
And what it is you're going, is Schwarzenegger a fucking dreadful actor? Or is he a gas cunt who totally gets it? Because he's all the time like pulling the piss out of himself.
When you watch it back, it's almost comedy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't that weird? Yeah, because you missed that when you're younger and you're like, yeah, he's a fucking hard dude. But then you watch back now and you're like, I think he's messing. Like he punches a camel in fucking, was it Hercules? He punches the camel on the head and you're like, oh, that's kind of funny.
Because I read his book, Schwarzenegger's book, and the whole way through it he's going, there has to be a bit of humour, like.
Mm-hmm.
Because his first ever gig was actually, he was working as a masseuse on the Lucille Ball show.
Right.
And Lucille Ball was kind of a long-standing fucking sitcom comic. She's basically what Brendan O'Carroll's Mrs. Brown is trying to be.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody opens the door, way,
Yeah.
you know, and the husband comes over, why yada, and all this kind of stuff, and he comes in as a masseuse in it. But he said in the week or so he was with her on set, he's tough cookie, like for a woman to be making it, to be the title character of the name as well of the show too, but unbelievable technical and comedy.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, I learned some amount from her, like.
Right.
He says and he says he's coming from Austria where it's fucking post, and his father was a fucking in the German army.
And his accent is like, I mean, you know.
But once he said I made peace with the accent.
Yeah.
He says, and then I could kind of take the piss a small bit.
He almost embraced it.
Every single movie, and he just took pieces of advice from people that were willing to give it to him. He says not many, but give him pieces of advice. Like he'd have an old catch. He then would be pushing movies to get them made, and lads go, listen, you can't be making a movie about you living in the fucking forest and you're going to throw a rocket launcher off your fucking head.
Yeah.
And if you're going to do it, you can't stick a line in. Like when he throws that pipe through his fucking arch enemy, the Australian guy in Commando, and it hits a steam pipe behind.
Yeah.
It's like, let some steam off, Bennett.
Yeah.
But he's like, I have to put that in now.
That's brilliant. That's comedy, though.
But and he'll nearly give the camera a bit of a look.
Yeah,
when he breaks your man's neck on the plane, and he puts
Yeah.
his hat over he's like, would your friend, could I get a blanket for my friend? He's dead tired. Arnie.
But like, who's gonna, like, the poor family that have to bury that man?
Yeah. Oh, no consideration is given
Not
for that
consi-
man.
yeah.
But what Arnie was just funny in his book and how he was going, I know what I was.
Mhm.
I was this hulking, fucking, gigantic, muscly bastard
Yeah, yeah.
nobody had seen the like of. I had a ridiculous accent. You know what I mean?
That was his angle.
And he's just Clint Eastwood kind of gave him a lot of advice.
Mhm.
And Clint was his hero, like. And
Yeah.
he went, man, don't be trying to be something. He says, look, you could have a fucking gammy fucking old lip like me. Like, Clint wasn't naturally the toughest man, but everybody believed he was Dirty Harry, like.
Yeah, of course.
You know?
Even now, I'm like, if I seen Clint Eastwood or any movie I see him in, I'm like, he's one tough lad. He'd kick the shit into most lads these days. Probably wouldn't.
No.
Probably fucking wouldn't.
No,
He probably got really soft hands.
Oh, you be guaranteed, like,
Probably really wet
my
handshakes.
99-year-old grandfather would probably pull the fucking head off.
Oh, he'd
Do you know what I mean?
clean him up and put him into the fucking
a mechanic
shit.
farmer, like.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he gave him a great piece of advice, though. And we're kind of getting off Corona topic here. I think it's my mind mentally going, oh, fuck this fucking continent, but we should talk about it. But
Yeah.
the one great bit of advice that he gave him was, here, the size of you, all the clothes they're making are custom made, are they?
Mm-hmm.
He went, yeah, be taking them home. He went, what? And he goes, see the jacket, do you recognise this jacket? He goes, it's a fucking Dirty Harry. This is in a restaurant. Like.
Right, okay.
And middle of the day, like there was this one restaurant that a load of stars used to go to, or agents or producers would be brought to for dinner, or, to schmooze a fella.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
this one place during the 70s. And he'd always be in there having a bite to eat, because he used to let fellas take him out to lunch the whole time, like.
Yeah.
And he was, because he's Maine.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, it's Dirty Harry jacket. He went, it fucking is. He went, fucking right it is.
Kept all the props.
Fucking kept every
Fucking
stitch they
dead
fucking
right,
made for him.
dead right. Oh, yeah.
He says, they were the best of gear. He says, why am I going away buying clothes?
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck? He says, keep all that stuff they make for you now. Don't be throwing that away.
Oh,
at all.
yeah.
And
No.
he says, when times are hard, he says, you never know. It might be worth money to somebody.
Yeah. Sell on
God.
eBay or something.
Like, Arnie had thought of none of this stuff. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
It's fucking out Clint by.
I suppose it all depends on who you mix in with, and whose advice you take on any journey on the road of life, because, everyone's going to give you their opinion, but if you can get opinion from the right people.
Well, you take it from out Clint.
Oh, yeah, I'd listen to fucking everything he says.
Yeah, everything.
I'd be like, okay, I'll do that, But hopefully Clint doesn't get the coronavirus.
Jez, do you know something? He'd bait the fuck out of it.
I kick the living shit out of it.
He's in the gym every day of the week.
You serious?
7 days a week, apparently, he goes to the gym. He says it's the only thing keeps him fresh. Like, yeah.
Well, he must be 75,
Oh,
70.
not at all. He's in his 90s.
Clint Eastwood was in his 90s.
He is, yeah. He was
Jesus.
making movies in his 30s, in the 60s.
When he was...
In his 30s.
Okay, right, fuck.
Do you know what I mean? Like?
Yeah. Jeez, so he's getting on now.
He's up there, like he wouldn't. Now I don't think he's definitely late 80s for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. I
he
think
is.
you could be right, actually. Yeah.
Like,
I suppose Arnie be up there on 60, wouldn't he?
well,
70?
60 odd, yeah, 60 odd. But you'd be guaranteed. See the size of the paws on man, like,
Mm-hmm.
be guaranteed he'd slap the fuck out of
He
him.
would, yeah.
Did you see the fella that tried to drop kick him in South Africa? Did you see that?
Yeah.
And it was like he hit a fucking telegraph pole.
Yeah.
It's a waste.
What the fuck was your man at?
Just a spastic. Probably out of his fucking mind on crack or something.
Yeah,
like.
yeah.
But it was so funny that he
Didn't
just
even bother him.
didn't.
He was kind of like, was that?
Yeah,
left at that.
didn't phase him in the least.
Yeah, yeah.
It was beautiful to see it. Like, it's like, Arnie still fucking got it. Like,
He's a legend. Loved all his movies growing up, and I always thought he was my kind of hero growing up.
yeah.
When he was walking around the log and he was walking out to the forest, I'm like, I wish he was my father.
You too?
Yeah.
Oh.
And my dad would like side me going, I wish he was my fucking son.
She was my wife.
Big log in his hand. But you can be guaranteed Ernie won't get the coronavirus.
Not one fucking bit. Like,
have you been shopping around? Have you seen any of the shops?
I went in yesterday. Like I was telling you, I went in yesterday for immediately after. Not that it was immediately after, but after Leo's fucking announcement from the steps in Washington.
Isn't that fucking a bit ironic that he's telling people not to travel and he's
on fucking
hypocritical.
He's on Air Force fucking One, so he's all right. Like,
okay,
you know, he'd be flying his own jet.
Taxpayers' money.
Fucking right. I suppose you do have to keep the Yanks sweet, though, in fairness. Like, we do sell them a lot of stuff. If only it's Kerrygold, we're selling fucking tons.
Well, that's it, yeah. Best selling butter in the world, by.
Isn't it?
I think it's up there, yeah.
I think it must be, yeah.
Oh, man, anytime I go to a foreign country, I always see, like, a tub of fucking Kerrygold.
There was war.
I go looking for it, though. I always go looking for Irish products. I don't know why.
I brought it with me, but I do always see it.
Shelf there. Probably need to get more of those.
It's like the old lad bringing his own tea bags.
Oh, yeah. My mother always fucking tells me she judges the country by the price of their rashers. She goes, America's gone very cheap. I was like, why? Dad's over there and I had breakfast rashers and there's only about $5. I was like, what else did you get? Other stuff was more expensive now, but you know, but
just
like
a big plate of rashers.
She got, I don't know, rashers and chips.
Yeah. Come here. My parents. That's how my entire time is spent when I go down and visit them. Is the prices of full Irishes they got in places around the place.
That's the gauge. That's the marker.
And they've taken to liking Dunn's these days.
Oh, okay.
Dunn's little restaurant. Now, to be fair to Dunn's, they're fucking busy, and so there is a good turnover, and
they've upped their game, Dunn's.
They have, yeah, but it's not a gourmet. Like, you wouldn't say, oh Jesus Christ, it should be a fucking telly chef making this. But for €5,
yeah,
you'll be out the gap with a half decent breakfast.
Oh, you would, of course. You'd be fed like and watered.
But so yeah, immediately after Leo gave his fucking speech, and I went into, I don't know, was it a Lidl or Aldi? I wanted to get a couple of hot cross buns. So I like them.
Yeah,
and it's around Easter. It's the time of year
like
to be.
Them?
Yeah, and some people don't go from that because it's corny bits, but I like an old currant.
You, Tom.
When it's not as hard as a bullet.
Oh,
like
yeah.
inside a fucking granola, and they're putting like raisins have no business inside in breakfast cereals.
Not at all. Yeah,
but inside in a bun, it'll be soft.
Yeah.
Went in and I had them picked up. I said, this isn't too bad. But the next thing I looked around and they had every aisle open in Aldi, which almost, and there must have been 20 trolleys lined up, and I went.
Apparently, it was so chaotic that they had to open aisle. Apparently, it was so chaotic that they had to open up till 2. Joke.
My bride wrote. I had Colin Williamson, who owns Waterford Whisper News.
Yeah.
I was asking, had he ever any articles that were taken literally? Like, I go, there's always a percentage of people that will take to go, oh, fucking, this is disgraceful. And we're like, no, they don't get it. But he says, the 1-1, he says, still to this day, that's still, there's two of them. One is that, one was about North Korea and the moon or something.
First people to land on the sun, I think.
On the sun.
Yeah.
And then the other one was the aisle, was it at Aldi? McBride wrote it.
Right.
But it was all, Das Bild in Germany had it all over them.
Really?
Fucking people, because they didn't get, there was a satirical, ironic fucking bit.
Yeah.
And they were like, people are dying in a little. Apparently, like, he forced them to change some policy in there. Waterford Whispers changed the policy in either Lidl or Aldi, yeah.
This is during the coronavirus?
No, this is back maybe 3 years
Okay,
ago,
right, gotcha, yeah.
But yeah, I just saw this fucking madness. I went, well, I'll just be ordering Tesco's online, thanks very much. So
yeah, get out of the house.
Get out of the house for £4.
Fuck that,
grand.
Yeah. I'd love to do that, actually. I've always been threatening to get, because I see the Tesco van dropping food to people, and I'm like, that's so handy.
Lad, I would have never done it.
Yeah.
Ever.
Mm-hmm.
But the missus is all about efficiency when it comes to this carry-on. Now, in fairness to her, like, she buys bulk when a thing is on fucking sale. And I'm going, would you stop? What are we doing? And I genuinely went to her only a couple of months ago. What are you doing buying 20 fucking hand washes?
She knew. So she knew something that we didn't know.
I don't know what she knew.
Tell us, Tom.
Maybe I should actually fucking grill her about this.
I mean, that's a bit fucking
close to the bone.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's just buy 20 fucking tubs of hand sanitizer.
Yeah, she did. She bought it, and she goes, it was on special at fucking half price, Tom. Of course I'm going to buy it. because we're always going to have hands, she says.
Yeah.
And that's a valid point.
True, yeah, you got to give her that one. That's, of course, the Taliban lads call you up and they're like...
Wait, I'll tell you a good one. Jesus Christ, I'm fucking brutal for getting off topic, but how would you feel about a hand transplant if you badly wanted it? Badly needed. Lost both hands in a fucking chainsaw incident.
And what, got someone else's hands?
Yeah.
A dead man's hands?
Yeah.
That'd be fucking weird.
Wouldn't it?
That'd be fucking very weird because, I mean, you know, it has your fingerprints which are unique to you.
Yeah.
So then I'd be going around with some other man's fingerprints. I'd try to give his hands the best life I could. But I'd feel awful weird touching me on cock. Is that gay? Because I'd be like, sorry about this, Tony. So I don't know, Tom. Jeez. But I definitely would. Like, I'd be pointing and I'd be talking about... I don't know what I'd be talking about, actually. I don't know what I am talking about. But I'd feel very weird, but I'd go on with it, though. I'd have to. Because your hands are fucking, pardon the pun, they're handy. Because you need them, I mean, for everything.
Everything.
Oh, did you ever, like, break your arm or something like that? You got to open doors with one
I've
hand.
broken fingers, and you're going, oh my fucking God.
What?
I can do nothing. I can't scratch myself. I can't tie my shoelace. I can do fucking nothing.
You become a bit like, well, I mean, I did at the time. It's like, can't do anything.
Yeah.
May as well stay at home.
Wiping your hole.
Yeah.
You may as well just stand in the shower and wash it off.
Power hose your ass, Tom. Power hose your ass.
Which I have a feeling a lot of people will be doing over the next while.
Speaking of which, you know those things that you have, those toilets?
The bidets.
Did we talk about this before, did we?
Did we?
Bidet, I'm not sure. I think we might
Neither one of us had ever experienced one.
Never. And I remember going to my neighbour's house and I was like, why has he got two toilets? And I was pissing into both of them. Because I just said I'll use
to
both.
Make it feel good about itself.
I just wanted to use both because I didn't want to have one of them left out. And then I was like, what's the story with the two toilets? He goes, oh no, one of them is for washing your arse. And I was like, all right. And he goes, what did you use it for? I was like, huh? And I just left. But he knew. He always knew. Huh?
Well, a woman in India. It's always fucking India, isn't it?
Well, it depends what it is, you know.
Indian. An Indian woman in India. But didn't she get a pair of hands? She lost them in a fucking bad car crash, her original ones. She got a pair of hands off a man. And they're hard come by in India because of spiritual reasons. They don't like the body to be chopped up.
Mm.
But people can have my fucking hands all they want. They'll be
yeah.
fucked by the time they're any... Well, you never know, but... she got this man's hands, but they were big paws.
Mm.
They pare down the bone and everything. But what happened over the next year? You know, she was in physiotherapy and everything, getting fucking getting the hands.
Because I can imagine you got to get all the veins and all the sort of arteries.
Everything stitched together. The unbelievable men, these
Yeah.
fellas. They had a picture of the hands when she first got them. They were big fucking... Didn't even shave them for her. They were big hairy fucking hands.
They could have shaved the hands.
They could have shaved
Fuck
them.
me.
That was the first thing I was reading.
Polish them up a small bit.
Jeez, lads, you did all this work and you didn't bring a beak. You know what I mean? Like,
just one quick lick at the end.
She's asleep.
Yeah.
Now, she woke up with these massive paws, right? Well, and they were dark too. They were darker colour of Indian fella. Now, they said maybe he worked outside a lot, maybe, but they think he was from, he was a darker chap.
Okay.
Well, over the next year, after she got the use of the hands, did the hands shrink because of the lack of testosterone, and they became part of her, and her fingerprints began to change.
Wow.
Yeah. And the colour matched in with her colour.
No way.
It was fucking phenomenal, they said.
Wow. And she took the hands.
The hands took to her like they took to each other.
Really?
Fucking like a hand and glove.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. That's a...
It's a good luck story, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that must be one of the first kind of... I don't think there's many hand transplants, is there?
I think they're in the hundreds since 99 apparently. Like they don't take a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
What if you have the option, if your hands were cut off, but you had the option of getting really like tiny hands that size?
Tiny ones?
Yeah, but like, Tom, you don't know hands, you got these tiny hands.
Well, I just suddenly got a massive cock. How's that?
What are you saying? You go up to Germany and pay $8,000? Apparently they do that, I've heard that.
I'd be taking photographs for perspective with my tiny hands against my flute all the time and just...
Oh, you mean it look bigger because it's small hands? Yes, that's true.
Tiny paws.
Silver lining.
Two of my little hands to wipe myself
imagine
off.
that, just two pictures beside it. But then you've always got to get down to the point where they do see it and they're like, oh, you fooled me.
Yeah, well,
You're here now.
buyers beware.
Exactly, a buyer's remorse, you know? Christ. I think someone's got a head transplant before.
They did. That's fairly recent, apparently.
Mm.
I don't know how the man is doing since.
I don't know how he's doing. I hope he's doing all right, but that'd be a nuts one, wouldn't it? Because how much would people would judge you on your face, and they'd be like, because your thoughts and your brain would be the same, but then they'd see a different face. So then would they treat you differently? Would your family treat you differently?
See, I wonder would the same thing start to happen over a couple of years that happened for your one? The hands become her.
They must be, but there must be something left over. from
Oh
the
Jesus,
person.
yeah. I mean, if he's a black lad and you're white,
Yeah, there must be something. Like there must be some connection that's left over from their
like some of those movies.
atoms.
Do you know some people? Like a fella got eyes in a movie there one time, and it was a horror movie, and he kept on seeing like the murder scenes that your man saw.
Ooh. Yeah, I don't think they know too much about the eyes and how they work. So
I don't know if there's much memory stored in them. Like,
I don't think it's fuck all memory. Fuck all in mine anyway. I remember half the shit I'd be seeing, Tom.
so have you seen much of the way of madness? I just see the shelves being fucking cleared out, a whole fucking place.
I didn't really go into the shop. I went into a few shops, but I was in Aldi there today, and it was a lot of the shelves were cleaned up. Nothing was there.
Nothing.
And I was like, this is nuts. But like everything was kind of gone on some of the areas. Fruit was all kind of gone. The toilet roll was obviously gone. Load of fucking hams. Just a load of empty pockets, cheese, everything like that gone. A lot. It was. I'd never seen it so busy. It was really busy.
Right.
It was like Friday evening sort of busyness, you know.
But so all you can assume is that like the shops are going to stay open. Like this isn't bad weather. Like shops are going to stay open. But people are taking fresh fruit stuff, and you're kind of going, lad, your brown bin is going to be fair full next week. Like,
Oh, of course.
Because you're not going to be fucking able to eat all that.
But you know what annoys me, Tom? They keep on about the hospitality sector and tourism sector is going to suffer. Of course it is going to suffer.
Yeah.
But they never talk about how much money the supermarkets are making. So it's not like the economy is going to completely crash. It's got all these other sides of the economy that are probably doing really well. Like Aldi and Tesco are probably making more money than they've made in the last few years.
Oh, phenomenal.
Do you know?
Phenomenal.
It's like Black Friday.
I know that hospitality always gets a fucking pat in the back too, like, but the entertainment industry, we're fucked, like, for the next month.
Yeah, that's for sure.
And gigs for the next while after that. By the way, if you've any tickets booked for any shows to see Owen and myself after this fucking 29 thing, come.
Please
You'll be all right. Just clean your hands. If you have a cough,
I power hose you.
Stay home. We've Jay's fluid in the boot. We will wash you down. Don't you worry.
Yeah, and if you do have a cough, come along anyway.
Come along to fuck.
Be grand.
You'll be grand. There's only the fucking 10% of fucked people. Like,
exactly,
you know what I mean?
We'll go for a dip after.
An old dip.
Like, you know when you dip a sheep? We'll have a dipping pod.
Imagine that, just the smell of fucking dip everywhere. Like.
Oh, Dettol, man, at a gig, just stinking up the place. Trying to fucking tell jokes and just, your nostril hair is burning away.
I know, yeah, but you'd fucking put up with it like if a cunt wasn't coughing up on top of you. But I told you about that a couple of weeks ago. I was walking around the fucking footpath over near Liberty Hall Theatre, and your one coughed, with her mouth, and I snapped. How would you cover your fucking mouth, you animal?
Yeah.
And it's before any fucking thing, and I'm kind of going, sure, no wonder this shit is spreading when you've absolute fucking animals like that wandering around the fucking place.
I want to get a grip, those people that fucking sneeze in front of you, like you can almost sometimes feel the drip. Like, fuck.
This one just coughed walking up the footpath like. I've never put my hand in front of my mouth. This has never been in my mind. And the fact that I called her on it, like, she looked at me like I just fucking
you were dead right.
Slapped it with a wet rag, like. And there was no viruses or nothing. It was just like, you're a fucking animal.
Yeah.
I was having a really good day up until this fucking moment, you cunt.
Yeah.
And then, lo and behold, you're going, how does it get out? Because grown adults are fucking disrespectful fuckers.
Oh, yeah.
Like, there was footage I got on WhatsApp, and it fucking upset me. It was this one in China. She'd just been in the testing facility. And and was it China or India? I can't remember. It was China, and she went into a lift. There was a lift footage, CCTV footage of a lift, and the fellow was narrating. He says, "This woman now has just been tested positive. She's told to go home and self-isolate, and here she is. And the lift actually had little pull-away, like Kleenexes on the wall, but they were little disinfectant wipes. And she came in, and blew her nose in the first one, stuff it back into the box, so the next poor cunt that gets it is getting her fucking...
Why the fuck is she...
And then she spat all over the buttons.
Oh, for fuck's sake. And that's on camera?
That's on camera. I hope they arrest the fucking bitch and put her in prison. Man.
Fuck that, man. Like, that's nasty. That is like...
I mean, you're potentially killing people by doing that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. That's like manslaughter, I suppose.
Yeah. It technically is, like, because, I mean, there is the potential you are willing to do as much as you can to fucking make people as ill as possible. Like.
Yeah. It's amazing how nasty some people can be.
It is.
Do you know what I mean?
Do you know? Well, hopefully, with the will of God, that one will die screaming anyway, like, because that's all she fucking deserves after doing something like that.
What do you think is going to happen with this coronavirus? What's going to happen in April? What are people going to be like?
I would hopefully Ireland will have narrowed it down. We'll have, you see, it's new territory to us. I know we'd foot and mouth and stuff before, but it was never really jumping across humans. It was basically, we were terrified of it because a third of Ireland's economy is the agriculture.
Farming, yeah.
So it was more from an economical point of view. This one is killing vulnerable people, I suppose. But I suppose it's like a hard fucking winter. Like, that's going to kill off a lot of vulnerable people too.
Definitely, yeah.
So I suppose, April, I think we'll have our heads wrapped around it. Irish people are very quick to get fucking tired of a yoke. Or at least get used, like we got used to having money very quickly.
Oh,
Do you remember that?
Yeah, yeah.
You and I remember the fucking 90s. You were in a top from 1990.
For sure, yeah.
When that top was out, there was not even a half a pot in this entire country.
No. Pass down, you get,
we
clothes
hadn't a pot to piss in.
You'd be getting passed down clothes and fucking windows from your neighbours.
All of a sudden, the European Union fucking swings around and starts throwing us a few bobs, start building stuff. 99 kicks in, 2000, 2001. We're all going skiing.
Yeah.
Huh?
Irish people shouldn't be anywhere near a ski slope.
No business. But there's people now in their family, second generation, nearly skiers at this
Oh,
stage.
yeah. Professional skiers.
What I'm saying is we're quick to adapt.
We are. We're good like that now.
I think we won't be dragging our arse too long on it. I think everybody can agree it's the fucking right thing to do to shut the shit down for a month. And see, can we narrow down the poor bastards that have it? And see, can we isolate them, get them better? Or, heaven forbid that they do pass away. But we can try and fucking burn it out. Now, I reckon it'll be midsummer before a cure.
Do you reckon?
I'd say. Now, there'll be some money, when they're searching for money, selling daffodils and stuff for things outside shops, the fundraising, there will be billions thrown at this. Some pharmaceutical company is going to be set up for eternity of the money they're going to make.
Yeah. They'll make it a commercial thing as well.
They will, of course. Yeah. Now, there's a lot of poor old monkeys and old dogs are going to die in laboratories around the fucking world for it.
Rats get a bad time of it too.
Oh,
poor bastards.
They do. And sure, the sister, she's a doctor of a kind of brain science. She's kind of tapped into this a small bit as well, but she was saying, and unfortunately, all rats do get an awful.
And apparently, they're very self-aware as well.
A lot of them very interesting, but they've made strides in saving people's lives as a result of these buys. And they're
big shout out to all the rats out there.
Yeah, big shout out to and they're the little white ones. Because I was going, geez, you go through a lot of them. How would a man get the contract for that? She goes, Tom, I'm not kidding you. If you think setting up a lab is hard, try setting up a little lab, a farm that makes these rats. Because every rat has to be the exact same. If you're testing an experiment, you get
to see if it's like a proper average.
You can't have the gammy one coming in with him as well. Because that's throwing the whole.
He's already fucked like that.
He's already fucked. You know what I mean? So you can't try nothing out in him.
Yeah.
So, big money to even get started.
So are they breeding power rats?
They're
sort of like hybrid rats.
Yeah, they're all hybrid. Fuck. They're just all basically your man is breeding basically these rats that are all identical in as much as possible. So that if you're doing an experiment, rat A and rat B will end up, if you're giving them the same fucking drug or whatever, they're going to come out the same which way.
Yeah.
But she was saying that it was her who was telling me. She goes, "Yeah, there'll be a lot of testing up in the next couple of months, and they will." She goes, "They won't have an out now cure, but she reckons within a month they'll have something that can fucking stem it a small bit." Like,
is there any conspiracy to be had about this?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. Like, I mean,
there won't be any tax put on certain thing or vaccinated.
Don't get me wrong. I don't think it was invented by a man, but a man will definitely exploit it.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean?
You have no doubt about that.
There will be, like, that's the first thing people think about. Like, we wonder, how does that fella? How is he a billionaire? How did he get there? And it's not because he did the right thing or he did the smart thing. Michael O'Leary, the day after 2011 or 2001 9/11 happened, he put an order in for 300 airplanes.
Fuck me, man, that's
when
crazy.
Everybody in the world, he's still getting those planes. Like, that he put the order in, but he got them at fucking half the price.
Of course, no one's calling up next day going, "Can I get a plane?" Yeah, it's half price. Oh, is it?
No, but
give me 300.
Give me 300 because he was then able to, off the back of that, and the deposit he probably was able to put down, probably kept the fucking Boeing.
Yeah, makes sense.
You know, everybody else was thinking, "Oh, we'll never fly again." He was going, "No, we'll all be flying within a fucking few days."
Look at him now; he's fucking a billionaire, isn't he?
Yeah. And you know, it's probably one of the most successful airlines.
Yeah,
it changed the face of aviation.
Yeah, I think you're right though. I do think you're right. Obviously, I don't think it was man-made or like designed in a lab to fucking infect humans. But I do think that people will start now making big profits off it.
Oh yeah.
They might even bring in. Will they bring in a tax? I wonder. Or?
On what?
I don't know, but like maybe a tax on you need to. Maybe not a tax, but someone was saying to me that they might end up fucking chipping people because then they can keep a track on who has what a lot quicker.
Do you think so?
Probably not, but that's what
they're not chipping me.
No, well, they're on about doing it now in America in different places.
Sweden. Well, they've done it. They have tested we talked about this before, didn't we? About the sesame points over in China.
Yes. Social scorecards. Something
like. Yeah, I mean, there could be scaremongering. Like, there will be people and political places go, for anything I know from watching Black Mirror, it'll be exploited anyway.
Yeah.
Any which way it'll be exploited because you have people at their most feared.
Yeah, of course.
Sure, even down to the minor level, fucking pharmacy charging 150 quid for a box of 8 masks.
Fuck me.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's nuts.
Nuts, like.
Yeah.
And you're going, they're probably not actually, like, most experts will tell you.
Those masks are no good.
They're fuck all use anyway.
Yeah.
You know, unless you actually have the double vented one that's on that a fella doing fiberglass or spraying.
From what I've seen, nobody's wearing them.
No, nobody's wearing them.
They're all one of the cheap ones.
Because they're 80 quid.
Yeah.
You know, they were 80 quid. You know, from fucking
probably fucking $3,000 now or something.
Oh yeah. Or hand sanitizer, like a tub of it for 700 quid on eBay. You're like, you dirty.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Like this was a 5-litre drum of it. Like, but you're going, what do you know, the fucking cheek of it, like.
Yeah. I don't know. I was around town there yesterday. I met a few people. No one shakes hands now anymore either.
No,
it's all the elbow.
No. It's all the elbow. Yeah, it was weird.
It's very strange.
Yeah, I mean we're kind of trying to be gangster or something. It's like what are we doing here? But sure, look at. I mean, if that's that, we shook hands though.
We did.
We shook hands.
We'll do it again just to prove to people. We don't give
there we are on
for
camera. Look at that. Now it's saying that
2 days later.
I do have.
This is probably the best podcast ever because they'll be like, "Oh, them lads were great, weren't they? And how did they die?"
How did they die?
Yeah, give that just in case.
We give it ourselves.
It's going to sound funny on the camera. At least we have it on the visual now as well.
We have it on the visual anyway. That for anybody listening, if you're wondering, if you're not feeling like you're going to watch it on the YouTube channel, we have just hand sanitised ourselves there now. How long have we done?
We're just doing a nice bit there now.
Fuck me, we're nearly 42 minutes.
Christ the Lord.
Time just flies by, doesn't it?
It does actually, yeah. It's a nice chat.
It is a nice chat, and it's good to fucking get away from the fucking misery. Like, I mean, I'm out the fucking country, as you well know, and it is nice. Like, people are going, "Are you self-isolating?" I'm like, I always self-isolate.
It's the countryside. That's what self-isolation is.
Not having to look at cunts.
Yeah.
Is part of my genetic makeup. Like,
did you ever live in a city?
Yeah. That was right prior to moving where we are now.
Right.
We were living in the city, like
in Dublin here.
Yeah. Lived in nice house, fucking housing estates. Like people go, oh, it's a park, it's a cul-de-sac. It's a fucking housing estate.
Yeah. With an old fucking bit of a green in front of it.
Get over yourself. Somebody manufactured that whole scenario for you. You're living inside a Sims. Fucking relax. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, we're in. We have our. We've different color windows. Go away.
Yeah.
So fair play to you. But look, that's for most people though. Mm-hmm. That is for them. They take comfort in the fact that there's people around them.
They're probably city people that want to get away from the business of a city, but then it also. You kind of get addicted to the business, so they want to go somewhere that's still not too quiet.
Yeah.
Like the countryside can be too quiet for some people.
Oh, it can, yeah. No doubt herself. It took a while for her to fucking, Jesus Christ. There's not a peep. There's not a sound outside.
Yeah.
Lights.
You get almost too aware of the fucking quietness of life sometimes. Because I think, Tom, living in the city is good to distract you about... This I could be wrong. But it's good to distract you from your mortality and the fact that you're going to fucking die.
Yeah.
Because you go down the pub, you go down to the shop, you fucking buy clothes, you're like, oh, class, I'm moving around, doing a lot of stuff. And your mind is like, stimulation. But then when you go to the countryside, you're like, there's only fucking trees around here.
Yeah.
And then you're like, trees? Why is it tree? What trees? What am I up to? What's my life about? And then you start getting fucking a bit deeper.
Sure, I think you become more aware. The best philosophers were probably all back in the day when there was no Instagram. Like,
Yeah.
These boys would go on, where are you off to, Socrates? Era? I'm fucking tipping off.
Yeah.
Have you had made for sandwiches? I don't need it. Sure, look at if I die, I die. I'm going off now to have a think.
That sounds lovely, Tim.
And when I come back, I'll have it all I'll tell you everything.
Yeah.
You'll know it all when I come back. And that
out the door then with the fucking...
Out the door, Socrates. No notion.
6-pack of Tuborg. Good luck, lads.
Good luck. 6-pack. Full pouch of fucking tobacco in his arse pocket.
And a nodge of hash he bought He bought it for lad in Galway. He's still not quite sure if it's turf, but he's going to chance it.
And he comes back then, and there's all he's looked at is a bumblebee landed over there. Mm-hmm. Fucking sparrow came over there. A fucking fox ran after another yoke over there, and looking at leaves and stuff. And he came back then and went, I have it all. Boys.
I have it all, lads.
And you're like, fucking Plato was saying you're the man, all right, when it comes. And he's like, look, here's the fucking story of life. Like, that situation like that, like, John B. Keane writing fucking stuff, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Going off into the wilderness, thinking about fucking stony rocks, and you know.
Yeah, we don't do that enough, Tom.
And I don't think we've evolved at all. Like that's only like a couple of 100 years or whatever. Or okay, back to Socrates, a fair while. But at the same time, I don't think our brains are actually a new shape that we can fucking deal with all the, you know, the craziness. Like there's too much stimulation, and that's what it is.
Too much, Tom. And there's a lot of things about, like, we're trying to multitask so many things, and then you end up suffering on every level because you don't really get enough information from the one thing you should be concentrating on. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Well, jack of all trades is no fucking use. Like,
Not at all, no.
somebody who's just a fucking absolute savage at one thing. That's why you get these lads coming out, like, you know, coming out of Eastern Europe and stuff like that, and they're demented at one job when you give it to them, like.
Yeah.
Because them poor misfortunes, they had empty shelves long before we'd empty fucking shelves.
For
and
sure.
It wasn't for a disease or nothing. It was that it wasn't there to be had.
Yeah.
It wasn't that the trucks couldn't get there and back in fast enough. It wasn't there to be fucking had. Like, I remember a lad telling me he'd grown up in Poland. He says inflation could just go crazy, and all of a sudden a packet of fags could be the price of a fucking car.
Fuck me.
Do you know, just mad shit. They could be one sliced pan in the whole shop. And you're going, well, that's just... I suppose we're eating fucking turnips again this week, lads, you know. And there was no big deal made of it because there was nothing else to worry them.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
That was the only thing that was going on. Like,
Yeah.
So it was like, right, okay.
But you know, they got by.
They did. They lifted a lot of weights, I suppose.
For sure, yeah. Forget that they're hungry. But the whole thing, I think it's definitely overstimulation. And I think it's good to get back to the countryside. And, you know, I was reading something recently and it says that you should always go for a walk every day or run.
Yeah.
But, like, do it without the phone and without anything.
Yeah. No music, no nothing.
No music. Don't even say I'm going to go for 5 kilometres. Just do some free run.
Do you know
Apparently it's so good for your mind.
Do you know what I did yesterday? I was this whole thing, and I was after taking 5 phone calls in a row of cancelled gigs. I'm like, and I was going, what's the point in getting mad? There's no point in getting mad. I can't shout at the sky here. Like, there's no point. Like, and fucking, I was going, what the fuck? So I put the phone down. I went out into the backyard, and no, I went out into the backyard and then put the phone down. It was actually, I'd gotten out there with it. I started splitting blocks.
Nice. For what reason? Just anger.
There was a fella cut a tree up the road and didn't want the timber about 6 months ago. And I says,
blocks of wood.
Blocks of wood. Can I have that? He went, yeah, work away.
Yeah, nice.
Because around where I'm living, lads don't hang on to their timber. Like, they don't see the value in it. Like, whereas I'm going,
that's crazy. That's fucking
there's actually a few €100 worth of fuel there. Like,
yeah.
If a man would put a bit of elbow grease.
It suits you that they don't know.
Oh, absolutely.
You know?
I'm half thinking of going around just going, are you knocking a tree there?
Oh, yeah, Tom, for sure.
And just getting myself a small trailer and maybe
definitely.
Tom and Owen go off selling a few blocks.
I like the sound of that, yeah.
You know, just tip in. No bags, no nothing. Just tip it in onto people's places.
Do you want to fuck a couple of blocks of wood there, D?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm up for that.
But a ton of blocks would be £100, like.
Yeah, definitely. So they're just saying to you there's a bit of
this
lumber
fella
there.
dropped 3 trees, and there's 2 more that I'm going to ask him for that I haven't asked him for, because he was kind of going, is this cunt making something off he was kind of looking at me, and he's just across the fields from me. I said, can I have that? Your man was after logging it and everything for me, like.
You joking me?
So I had a little bit of a wheelbarrow, went up and down for a whole day, brought it all down, stacked it, and it's been sitting there now. Probably needs another 6 months, really, now that I've split it. But I haven't split it all. But I'm saying is, I came in absolutely refreshed. Came in and cooked the dinner yesterday. I was like, that's grand now.
Yeah.
Just put a small bit of fucking power into an axe for an hour.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck it, I've achieved.
Job done.
I've achieved a little thing there. If nothing else, I've I've done something there now, and that's just cleared my fucking mind.
That's why sometimes with the media world it's hard, because in a lot of ways there's no end to it.
There is no end.
You're writing something
no
like,
product.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So there's no like finished sort of article most of the time. Well, there is, but sometimes like you're working on something and it's like, oh, I've got to do more of that. But it's the likes of a simple task of chopping blocks. You've got all your blocks in front of you. You chop them up, and then when it's done, it's done.
There's
and
point A, there's point B. That's where we need to be. And
exactly.
Einstein actually said it. He goes, I'm so jealous. He says, I have a carpenter. He says, because he was driving himself mad because he was producing no product.
Yeah.
It was a fictional thing, much like what anything online is.
Yeah.
Like, it's
not physical.
The man can whittle a piece of wood, and he has a product at the end of the day from that wood. And he's finished. He can put that product away and start on a new one. But with this, I'm never finished with these mats.
Yeah.
I'm never finished with these fucking things. Like,
it's always evolving.
And it was driving him. Even Einstein had enough. Well, obviously he had enough brains, but even he could stand back and look outside himself and go, "Oh fuck, lads, I'm at nothing here, sure."
Imagine he said that, well, and you're like, if you're at nothing, Einstein, then I'm fucked.
We're all fucked.
I'm after having a big fucking wank, Einstein.
While you're discovering fucking relativity
exactly,
over there.
Yeah.
I'm pulling the fucking guts out of yourself.
But at least I got that finished, anyway. Now back in the fucking room, you cunt.
At least I got that finished. That's another job done now.
Another job done. Where to next, Einstein?
Tick it off the whiteboard. Yeah, that's another job done there now.
But no, but that was nice. Yeah. So did you have any music with you?
No, nothing at all. All there was is the fucking birds in the wind.
Nice.
It's fair windy actually. So the wind is actually like walking in the wind because it's almost an anonymity. Same as the pistons of rain. If you put on a good coat or whatever and good boots, there's almost anonymity. You're like, no other cunts around in this misery. And I kind of thrive in that hardship. You know, there's a moment where I go, I fucking love this because I know most 99% of people don't.
Yeah.
This is fucking misery here now.
You're like, come on
To
a bit more misery
nature.
now.
Yeah.
Do you like jacking up the misery?
Fucking not for anybody, not for sales
just for
purposes,
yourself.
But just for me. Every so often, there's almost a
Give yourself
sadistic.
a couple of fucking digs.
Yeah, a couple of slaps. Yeah.
Like standing on nails.
It's just a little touch, like you know.
Yeah,
what I
know what you mean. Yeah.
There's sometimes like the young fella fucking. I'm up and he's gone into some bull of a young fella, and he headbutted me straight into the fucking conch, into the nose. And there's an old break there that it'll snap with a fucking gust of wind, like. And he definitely cracked it. And he's roaring laughing. He's obviously inherited my head because I have a fucking head made of iron, like, and cracked me. And there was a moment I went, "Oh, you," but then the pussy weared off me very quickly. I went, "Oh, fucking, I love that." There was a bit of aggro in it. Do you know what I mean? I was like, "I fucking love that." Now I was like, fucking yeah. And it's gas. You can genetically, you can see it already in him. He's like, "Yeah, I fucking love that."
Nice.
The old cunt.
There was some, I don't know, it was Machiavelli or something like that, but apparently there was some rich enough dude in Italy, Florence or something like that.
Right.
And apparently what he'd do is he obviously had loads of money, but once or twice a week he'd sleep on the floor and he'd only have bread.
All right.
And water, because he was like, that'll fucking make me feel like, I'm working for something,
Yeah.
And it gives him that bit of bite back, because I know we're overstimulated, but we probably have too much produce and stuff like that,
Yeah.
in houses and stuff like that. So maybe we need a bit of that sort of like
hardship to bring us back. Like.
Yeah, definitely that bit of bite,
I think so. Well, there was a fella. He bet was it Shackleton or Scott? He bet one of them, but it was in Tom Crean's book. Tom Crean's an incredible man, like
Curryman.
Yeah. Like made of stuff that they never saw the like of. These British lads, these rich British lads. Because Shackleton, I think, was it Shackleton and Scott used him. Both of them used him for different poles because, as they said, if you're going anywhere, you need Tom Crean with you. Because the man is made of iron. Like, there's other fellas who have trained their whole life and all the rest, but this fella came from. For anybody on the audio, we're of course in
Phoenix,
in the Phoenix Park, like a couple of creeps again. Like,
I mean, we should just go dogging, Tom, to fuck.
Will we just all together? Jesus Christ, and get it out of the way. I mean, you know how I feel about you.
No, I'm not about you. I want to go dogging with someone else.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah, completely. Yeah. Jeez,
that's what I meant. Yeah,
stop being weird. Yeah, no, you shut up.
Would you go dogging?
Would I fuck?
No.
Jesus, no. It'd be some laugh now. Imagine somebody looking in. What would I be?
Because the thing is, it's a lot of risk if they get into the car and you're just like, I don't like this person at all.
Oh man! And all of a sudden you're looking and you're going, oh, for fuck's sake! Yeah, no, this cunt, he recognises me.
Yeah.
Hopefully
it wouldn't be. Well, I mean, I'd be hoping to be. It'd be well. I know. I don't think I'd do it either. Fuck me, and nearly gives the game away there, Tom.
The apocalypse nearly fucking has caught you up altogether.
Oh Christ!
We're only 2 days into it. No one's already gone. I'm wearing a leather mask and I'm going around like fucking Mad Max. I'm going fucking just pulling myself in car parts.
Why not? You only fucking live once, Tom.
But what was I fucking talking about? The oh Jesus,
car.
I had a fucking thing for you there where a fella. I read Jizz is gone now.
It'll come back to you.
It'll come back to me.
Let's course it was a lie. They said
it
the lies
wasn't.
don't come back.
It wasn't. It was. Jesus. We were talking about living out the countryside or whatever, and then we were talking about for the people listening to this now, they're going, oh, we only heard it 3 seconds ago.
Yeah,
why can't you think cunts?
Alzheimer cunts in the fucking front seat of a car. We were talking about living in the countryside, how it's good for the mind.
Yeah.
You're talking about your son's head.
He split me up.
Cutting with the wood.
Yeah.
This is a review for the people listening.
For anybody who just joined the podcast 55 minutes in.
Exactly, randomly.
This is what we talked about 2 minutes ago. We're so professional.
Fuck me. We should have wrote that down.
That was actually...
But did you ever... There was a point
There was a point to what a fella does for. Do you know what I mean? For that kind of therapy, like, and just fucking getting the head right and all the rest. But I lived in the city centre too. Like, I lived in just kind of behind Whelan's there.
Yeah. It has its shelf life.
Oh,
you know?
Listen, to some crack.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Myself and herself were fucking. Jeez, it must be 7 or 8 years ago. Like, so the fucking crack was good. The sessions were on. You know, fucking gigging every night of the week, and you could be tipping around the place. But it was just, I didn't realise that it was just, there was no comfort at all.
Yeah.
Like,
but you do need that for a while, like where you're kind of out rambling and you're going from pub to pub and you're drinking pints and you have a few quid in your pocket.
It was glorious. Like, there was glorious days to it. Like, but I'm going, nah, you're grand now. You're grand. I don't need that fucking shit. Yeah. Oh my lord, no. It was I got the thoughts of going back in there now. More so the claustrophobic vibe of it. Like, you're going, well, I'm absolutely dictated by everything around me, rather than the other way around.
Completely,
like.
yeah.
Do you know? But maybe I'm a control freak then. Maybe I'm just a born control freak. I don't know.
Well, I think definitely in the city I noticed for myself that I might be walking on the town and I pop in, I'll be like, I'll go in there now and get myself a couple of buns, and then I go to the next shop, like, I might get a chocolate bar, then I might get a can of Coke, and then it's like buying shite the whole time. And then you're like, fuck, I better start joining the gym.
Yeah, but
if you got
that's
rid of
ironic.
All that,
you know, got rid of all that. Yeah,
got rid of all the shite, you wouldn't even need to go near the gym.
Well, that's it. Yeah. Because what else can you do? Like, people have said to me, like, going, "Oh my God, man, imagine living out here in." You know, I've been in a car. We'll say, I remember we were filming a thing for. It was for Republic of Telly years ago, and I remember I was in the car with Quirk, who played Damon Ivor, and his cousin who wrote it. Like, they were going, "Oh my God," we were actually going skydiving for this one sketch down in Offaly. It's grand. I mean, Offaly's, you know, it is what it is, like, but it was a grand old bit of countryside around there. Like, and it was like, jeez, what would you do living all the way out here? How the fuck could you live out here? I was kind of going, sure, what do you do that's any different? Like, like, in fairness, where they both live are actually kind of on, they're in Fox Rock, like, you know what I mean? It's not like there's a spar on their front door either.
Yeah, like. There's a bit of countryside there.
I was kind of going, what do you do? They're going, but you know, town is only no distance away. But sure, what's town? You go to the same 2 spots.
Yeah.
That's for anybody. They go to the same 2 spots too, like.
Yeah, I live in town here with the missus, and I go into the town, but I'm like, I don't really need anything in here. Like, maybe I go to the pub, but there's pubs, you know, you're not stuck for pubs in Ireland. Like, that's number one. But, like, what, I'm going to go down to fucking TK Maxx and end up buying a shirt that's 9 times too big for me.
Yeah.
Fuck that, you know.
Do you know, but how often do you do that? You know, you
Once
come home from work, you close the door behind you.
Yeah, of course,
You know, and that's it.
Yeah, exactly, and you're crammed into
And when I said that to them, they were like, oh, yeah. I said, truth be told, growing up around here, because they were kind of saying, imagine growing up around here, there'd be some cunt, like, there'd be nothing to do. What's there to, all I see young fellas doing around your way is fucking scratching their hole, and what else?
I should love being out in the countryside when I was younger.
Well,
climbing trees and down the river and
we had fucking
eating mushrooms.
Like, especially nowadays, farming youngsters all have fucking quads.
Yeah.
Imagine being fucking 7 and having a quad.
Wouldn't be able to afford it. It'd be more costly than the house itself.
You know, but like, well, what I'm saying is there's still stuff to do. Or lads are playing sports, same way as they are anyway. And I think just the perception in their head was that you must be surrounded by houses and people. I was kind of going, nah.
That's probably what they brought up when you see.
Oh yeah, but what it was, I was trying to say was, 'tis all one. 'Tis all the same. It's all relative.
Mm-hmm.
They like, you love going into fucking Lilies and Coppers.
Yeah.
And them lads love going up to Josie's and fucking...
It's the same thing. It's just a different side of the mirror.
Yeah.
You know?
It's the same thing and they get the same crack out of it.
Yeah.
What about women? I was like, but sure, look, you can only ride one at a time, like. You know what I mean? Like, this is what he was saying. I was just, there's
plenty of people riding in the countryside.
There's plenty.
That's fact.
That's a fact. Do you know... Although I do tell the story. I said it to herself about. She says, she's Mayo. She goes, God, I love Mayo. Mayo's a great old spot because we honeymooned in Mayo, and she says, "Where's this woman from?" I said, "I don't know." I said to Jesus, she goes, "How isn't that not the first fucking thing you asked the man?" Because I'm straight. And I'm a man.
I don't give a fuck.
The fact that he had a woman is all I needed to know. I didn't need to know her fucking shoe size.
Of course, yeah.
But Jesus, Jesus. I said, they tell me like there wasn't an awful lot of women growing up around where, you know, Castletown was based. Like, so the story is kind of semi-autobiographical. Like,
there was only 2 girls in my class growing up.
Stop.
Yeah, in my national school there was 2 girls.
How many boys?
Probably 3 or 4 of us. Sure, there was some years there was no classes.
What?
Yeah, I swear to God, I went to in my school, I think there was 13 students.
In the school, there was
Yeah.
13.
Completely. I remember I was talking to my mate about this last night.
Holy fuck.
I didn't lose my virginity till I was 19.
Fuck.
And I was going round.
But that was just geographically, you couldn't.
Geographically, there was nowhere to put it. But I remember telling everyone
Christ, you must have had the fucking arm of a fucking... Of an Olympic rower.
I didn't masturbate till I was 19 as well.
Asta.
I swear to God, Tom. That's the... I
You
thought...
must have been dragging him on a trailer behind you, were you?
Well, that and a couple of wet dreams here and there. Catholic guilt, Tom. I was like, no, this is not right. And then I'll never forget it. I was in Galway and I had a Holly Valance magazine. I was like, oh, she's looking well. Brought it into the shower. And I was like, this is brilliant. And I've been a different man ever since. No, but yeah, because growing up in Mayo, there was a lot of shifting going on.
Okay.
A lot of fingered.
Yeah.
A lot of other stuff going on too. But I was probably frigid enough. But
Jesus, yeah, I mean, because you were kind of saying to me, just kind of behind the times a small bit, I suppose. But I suppose we lived quite near the Waterford to Limerick main road.
Yeah.
There was a lot of action happening.
Yeah.
People were coming back and forth. They were living in other cities. There was lads who'd moved to Germany, come back, so you were learning new things.
Yeah.
So then there was a bit of liberalism coming around the place. So
this was pre-internet. We didn't have the Sky channels. So no, we had only like 6 or 7 channels, and I was like, there was no filth. There was one time there was filth on TG4.
What?
I was watching filth on TG4. One woman was getting shagged on a table in the kitchen, and I was like, this is very graphic, and I'm loving it. And it was so good that my father walked in, and I didn't even look at him for 5 seconds. I was like, huh? And I just changed over. He goes, what are you doing there? What are you watching? And I go, oh, I don't know. And then
a raging horn on you.
Exactly.
I'm just going to tip away to bed there, Dad.
Then he went into the far room and started listening to himself, so... Swings and roundabouts. But there wasn't... Oh, I remember one time, there was a neighbour of ours, they were English people. They rented a house over the road. We also have a cottage. So they're like, oh, we're going back to England. Do you mind taking some of our stuff? So we're like, oh, what do you mean? Can we keep some of your stuff in your spare house till we come back? And we're like, yeah, go on. So then they put loads of stuff in the house. And
cheeky cons.
Yeah, they said, oh, we're not coming back, so you can do whatever you want with it. So I went through it.
Right.
You nosy bastard.
Yeah.
And I found this dirty magazine. I was
it
like,
had now become your stuff. I'm going
to
put the window down there a small bit. Jesus,
no bother at all.
It's boiling.
Yeah, they had a couple of dirty magazines.
Stop.
And I got them. And my father had an old car parked in the corner of the field.
What kind of car?
It was like some sort of fucking...
I just need to know. I don't know why I need to know the car brand.
Would it be a Corvette or something like that?
Stop. No. Would have been a Ford Cortina, I bet.
Cortina.
Jesus, if you'd a Corvette, you'd be fucking millionaires.
Yeah, no, you're right. Fuck, sorry.
Jesus,
I was a Cortina, you're right, Tom, yeah. And it was in the corner.
How did I even know that? Just by the look they had in you. I just went, I know that man pulled himself in a fucking Ford Cortina.
I didn't know, but I was rubbing myself and I was like, this is good. But I didn't know what to do. Because I didn't know fucking...
Of course, you grew up around nobodies that were talking to you.
Nobody. My dad never gave me the birds and the bees talk. I remember a girl asked me in school, she was talking about fucking whatever. And I was like, vagina, no? She's like, what? You think it's called a vagina? And I was like, no, I don't think that. And I wasn't even that fucking young at the time. Now I'm a filthy bastard now,
You
Tom.
were 23.
I'm fucking 23. I'm sick in the head now, Tom. I'll do anything.
Literally, he will do anything. For a hand sanitizer, wait and you see what we're going to do. We'll leave the camera running. That'll be Patreon's only.
Bounce up and down. Christ. But, yeah, that's the kind of stuff I'd get up to in the countryside. But, yeah, it was all innocent times. But you need that bit of innocence, too.
Yeah, there definitely was. I suppose I had a mate who had an older brother. And the older brother had lived abroad and stuff like that. So, of course, he came back with all sorts of tales.
Mm-hmm.
And, oh, Jesus Christ. Do you know what I mean? I remember in primary school, he came in with a packet of condoms one day. I said, what the fuck are they? Because it was like a woman and a man kissing on the front of the box. He said, they're fucking condoms. He said, they're for riding. And this was just blew my mind.
Yeah.
This was like learning that the world is actually flat.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It was like, so tell me again.
Wow.
The whole day long we were running around with these yokes on our hands around the fucking school.
Yeah.
And, but he had only the story arseways as well.
Okay, gotcha.
Do you know what I mean? So
he knew bits and parts of it.
Bits and parts, like, but there was the sheer innocence of it, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it would have been, jeez, I suppose. Yeah, I suppose just mid-teens, I suppose.
Yeah.
But
fingering was a big thing as well in Mayo. And I remember, like, they'd come into school after
stuff like that was just a thing that was introduced.
But it was a thing introduced, and I remember thinking they'd come in from the nightclub, like the next day would be in school or the disco or whatever, and they'd be like, "Did you finger that one?" And I didn't know what I was like. Finger? So what do you mean, pointed at her? What do you mean fingered? I push her, and I was like, oh, maybe that's what they mean. But I was like, I didn't get it for a long time, and I had to sort of sneakily listen to people when they're talking about finger, and I'd be like, what was that, lad? And then I'd be just taking nuggets of information, and then I'd be kind of trying it on whatever girl you'd be with. So I didn't have a clue what I was at.
Did even the women learn you up on it, like, at all? Like,
there was. I had one or two good ladies that sort of over the years were like, this is how you do it. And I was like, all right, thank you very much. I'll take that to the bank. And then I became the best shifter in Mayo. I won the indoor shifting champion. 2012. Myself and Aunt Noreen, we went well.
oh, if only there was such a thing.
Imagine that'd be good. Actually, I don't know if I'd like to watch that.
We should explore that. You know, maybe as in sketch form. We should
Let's
explore
sketch
that.
shifting.
I think that's definitely. It's been touched on a lot by comedians and stuff like that, but I don't think it's been the championship notion. I like that, like a belt, a trophy, and everything.
Oh yeah, an indoor.
And like, because it's so local and it's parochial, that like, you know, the parish priest shakes your hand and gives you for the photograph at the top with the fucking.
The priest would be great to be judging it. I loved the shifting there. I thought it was amazing shifting. I don't know.
The head movement was straight out of Top Shelf. It was unbelievable. Honestly, I don't think we've seen it. Do you know his father was the same way? And they talk about sports genetics and quick twitch fibers. And I tell you one thing.
You had the quick twitch fibers, and now I'm off the bathroom. That's. Yeah, but that'd be funny. But that's the way it was, I suppose, growing up, you know. But now you got pornography, and it's sort of it's very, very negative.
It's fucking everywhere, man. Like, how could you? Like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this young fella. Like,
it is everywhere, Tom. It's on it's even on Instagram. It's on music videos where it's just the thing. I figured it out. I think I figured it out. You need to nip it in the bud early. So when you're watching something, like you're on the phone and you're like, there's a bit of flash there. Get rid of the phone.
Yeah.
Straight then. Don't be like, I'll have a quick look. No, don't be having a quick look.
Yeah.
Get the phone away from me. Throw it away from you.
Get
out of me fucking face, will you?
You're right.
Run out the door, Tom. Start chopping wood.
On it, and all of a sudden you're like, fucking.
It's only going one way, Tom.
Yeah, it's ruined the rest of your afternoon.
Yeah. And it's like when you're on a slide. If you're already on the way down, you may as well.
There's no putting that toothpaste back in the tube. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, you fuck it. You're right, but you talk about, like, even, you know, you saw a Holly Valance fucking video back in the day, or DVD or whatever.
Picture, actually.
Beg your pardon. And Holly was a fine woman, but sure, I mean, there's a Holly on every time you open your fucking phone now. Like,
there is,
like,
yeah.
That she was the innocent girl next door, kind of a look like. But sweet Jesus Christ, sure, there's
thousands.
You open Instagram, I can't wrap my head around the notion either of. I can't take pictures of myself and put that on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
I can't. I don't see what people would want to see.
Yeah.
Unless I've done something stupid.
Yeah, it has to be silly or stupid.
Because I look the same as I did these girls that I'm friends with, like, and I've worked with in acting and stuff, and I know it's their gig, but it's obviously acceptable amongst themselves. And then blokes I know that are doing it too, like, and their whole timeline on Instagram is just them and just their face.
Yeah.
I'm going, but that can't be all you're selling, like. That can't be all you're trying to put out there, because it's the same in everyone. You're just wearing a different dress, like. But you're kind of going, but fucking hell, like a girl that I know, and I'm going to have to fucking nearly block her, because she's a very, very good actress. But every fucking youngster she's having a nip, like, and you've got brothers and sisters, like. What are you fucking doing, like?
Yeah.
You know, there's
obviously... And was it products they're selling?
Yeah,
right,
but you're kind of going, I get it, like, but... And I know it's kind of like your portfolio now.
Yeah.
You know, to a degree, but fucking hell tonight.
That's the kind of way Instagram has gone now, isn't it? Like,
it is, yeah. Well, it's all, what are you selling, like? And I suppose
it's individual product, you know, what you're your own product now, like.
Yeah. Sadly, that's it. Like, it's not just having the crack anymore. It's like, oh, well, you know, I actually got it said to me about a thing I was doing one time, was because I curse a lot, like.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, for duration of this, do you mind, you know, curtailing your you know, your cursing and swearing and your stuff like that? And I went, I fucking do, as it happens, yeah. Because you hired me when I was cursing.
Yeah. Now you want me to change.
Now you want... just during the show, you know, people now will be fucking... You know, they're going to be checking your Instagram, and if you're like, this cunt says to me, I'm like, yeah.
That's who I am.
That's... What are we talking about here now?
Yeah.
And it was a principle stance. I could understand their point of view, but I went, you fucking codding me, like.
Yeah.
How soft do you think people are? You know, like...
Yeah, of course, yeah.
But they were immediately going, no, Product Tom is now under our fucking umbrella, and...
That's the problem.
You know?
Product Tom is different than the real Tom. in the sense that the product, Tom, comes from advertisers and whoever who want to put you into a certain mold. A bland version of yourself.
Yeah.
But like cursing is you. It's inside you.
Yeah.
I can see it is.
Yeah.
You know? Your father was probably fecking and cursing when he had you, you know, or your mother.
But I can guarantee you she was.
Yeah.
I can guarantee you she was.
And as were my parents. Yeah.
But like, I have to actually curtail myself on cursing just because I want to fit in more chat.
Yeah.
So like, that's the only reason why it like. If I filled this whole fucking hour and whatever and with just fucks,
Yeah.
no, I can't understand the man. I like his tone, but I can't understand what he's saying.
They reckon the people that curse more are more trustworthy.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Well, I've nothing to hide.
Yeah.
At this stage, everybody knows everything about me. There's nothing to hide. There's nothing. I've said it all, and I've said it all at some stage.
How do you find that with like nowadays with social media? You've got so much because we're always doing podcasts. You know, stand up, writing.
Yeah.
It almost like the barrel has always been put dry in early because you've got to constantly be like, you know, talking about something.
Yeah.
How do you figure out that one?
I think what it is I've more of a method, and I see there's like, you can put a lot of pressure on yourself too to go. I need to, every fucking set has to have a fucking absolute show-stopping closer. Like, technically, it does. But once you kind of build a confidence, then you can kind of sell any story really. Like, and you have a method. Then, like, do you remember like we were talking about? Not to leave any meat on the bone, like when it comes to a good fucking story, like, and there's that, and there's times too, you know, you're kind of going, like, you could see, like, there's some of the American acts that are on the fucking going on. You're like, are you fucking kidding me? You're getting promoted because you're either a gay or you're the right kind of bloke they're looking for, or you're the right kind of woman they're looking for because your stuff is muck. You're telling me a story there that I wanted. If you were telling me that at a party in that same style,
You'd be gone. You mean like Netflix shows?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, my fucking
Yeah,
days.
there's a few crap ones up there.
But, and there's people going, fucking, she's a genius or he's a genius. And you're like, what are you not seeing? Like? But when it comes to the whole writing thing, yeah, no, you do hit walls all right. But then I found myself going, do you know what? I'm experienced enough now to know that the stuff I dumped years ago, let me just fucking have a look at it.
Yeah. Rework it.
And and not rework it for the sake of, I'm regurgitating out shite.
Yeah.
Stuff that's been done to death is gone.
Yeah.
But the stuff that, oh, Jesus Christ.
You might have a different angle on it.
I absolutely have a different angle.
Oh, yeah.
And you're going, wait now 1 second. And in that time, then a nugget comes at you. I'd love to have more time to sit down and write. But unfortunately, just purely stand up in this country is very difficult. Like, you know what I mean? To actually make a fucking living. Like,
yeah, it is definitely.
because it's been clogged up by so much other shite. Like, you know, but look, it's not other shite. It's people's taste, whatever they're into. Like, but as far as the writing stuff, I think I've developed, like Bartlett, or what's his name, Geddes was saying it one day, we were talking, he was explaining to two lads who are big fans of his, and he was saying, look at it, he goes, how do you do, he goes, listen, I work my whole office, but yeah, he goes, do you have to be funny? He goes, you do and you don't. He says, if you're not naturally funny, you got to work really hard, but you take some fucker like Tom or Mickey Bartlett over there, them two fuckers give him anything. And he says they just have that natural fuck, and it isn't. He go, I'd stopped him there. He goes, it's not fully natural either.
Yeah.
We have worked for 10 years.
Yeah.
Solid as fuck. To now you've developed if you got on any bicycle or jumped into almost any car, you'd be able to drive it.
Yeah, of course.
Do you know that kind of way?
Yeah.
You know, because you've been driving for years. So that's the same thing. Like, but you weren't born able to drive a fucking car. Like, you know, and that was what I was kind of explaining to him.
Of course, yeah. Yeah, no, but yeah, these options to say it's natural, but like, that'll only get you so far.
It will only get you so far, unless you've tapped into something.
He must be doing a lot of, because Colin Geddes, he does the podcasts, he does the videos, he does the stand-up. He produces some like very high quality sort of pieces of like, moving around different countries and stuff. He must be at it the whole time. Was he at it 8-10 hours a day?
He would be, yeah. I mean, well, he's built a nice little fucking scenario around him too. Like,
got a nice suite there.
He's got a nice setup.
I know all about you, Colin.
He did graphic design, and he did something else to do with movies in college. So he very much has that, the technical aspect. So that stuff comes easy to him, and he's a great imagination too.
Yeah, of course. Well, obviously,
He's, he is an artist too. So some days he could probably do a 16-hour day, and then the next day then he'd just do his 2 hours.
Right.
You know, like, so
gotcha. Yeah.
Whatever the thing needs to be done, it gets done.
I don't think I've ever done a 16-hour day in Anthem, except fucking sleep maybe. But I need to start putting in those big long hours, big long days. This is my New Year's resolution, even though it's 3 months into the fucking year.
Look, we're about to have a new year. I think it will be, if the apocalypse does kick in, this might be the new year. Like.
Well, I'm going to start my year again.
Oh, yeah?
I don't give a fuck. But my New Year's resolution, Tom, is start getting up early. Getting up, I don't know about 6 o'clock. That's a bit much, but maybe 7.
You'll get there. It gets addictive. I'm up
Does it?
now, and I thought at first, this fucking young fella now shouting and roaring. He's grand. He don't wait till it's fucking 7. So I'm like, sure, that's grand. Stick a bottle in his mouth is the finest. He's happy out.
You're a funny fucker. Stick a bottle in his mouth. Happy out.
He's a simple man like myself.
Oh, that's the way to do it.
He only wants to
keep it simple.
Bit of the tit or bit of the bottle, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
And after that, then
Bit like ourselves, huh?
not a lot changes.
No.
Not a lot changes.
Apple doesn't fall far from the tree, Tom.
And I'll bottle and a bit of tit. If somebody told me those are the 2 things you're going to have in life.
Bit grand, yeah.
Grand, yeah.
Do you need
You're
to sign
allowed
something?
Can we guarantee that? But he, but like that, then I started waking up ahead of him. Woke up this morning now at 5 to 6, and I was going, fuck it. Sure, I'm not meeting no one till 11. Sure, he won't want up by the grub. And I kind of looked over him. Next thing, fucking I fucking opened. I went, would you have a bit? Kind of a look, and he kind of, I wouldn't say no, kind of a look back at me, like, fucking got the bottle going from there and stuck it in. I was delighted then. He was done by fucking 20 past 6 and changed his gear, fucked him back into the oak. He was like, sound, off to sleep. I said, I'm up now, it's 20 past 6.
There you go.
You know what I'll do now? A bit of a fucking video that I wasn't happy with from last week's fucking podcast, last week's fucking Ramble Pod. I'll see, can I? And I did. I straightened it out all before 7 o'clock, like.
That's nuts. And when you hit the day that early, and you're like, you just become super productive.
I was chirpy as fuck. I was, because I have to get myself a big whiteboard.
Yeah.
Because up beside the laptop, up on the desk, and I write up the most ridiculous things, like simplistic jokes where you go, sure, there's no one needing writing that down. Sure, of course, everybody hangs out the washing.
Yeah.
Fucking write it up there.
Yeah, definitely.
Write it up.
Get it out of your mind. Have it down.
And then it's there, and then when it gets done, little line through it or rub it off, one or the other.
Is this like a to-do list?
To-do list every day, and but it's up there physically in front of you. You are responsible for that fucking thing. And if it doesn't get done at the end of the day, you're like,
there's a bit of a guilt there.
Bit of a guilt.
Yeah, that's great to do it.
And people go, oh, you shouldn't be feeling guilty about. Yeah, fucking. There needs to be a touch of it to stay hungry. Grand, if you're self-employed, you have to be fucking a touch hungry all the time. Like.
You definitely do. And there's another thing as well on top of that I've noticed with the to-do list is that before you sleep at night time, it's better to do the to-do list before you sleep, because you have it there and you write it down, and then you can actually have a better sleep because your mind is not like, what have I got to do in the morning? I've got to do
absolutely,
it's just all there already.
That's a great method. So write it down. This is advice. This is actually good shit. This
hard
is good
advice.
shit.
Let's stick with the name hard advice.
This does fucking work. Write it on the whiteboard the night before. Even if you are fucking not self-employed and you just want to get it fucking more together in your bits and getting up early.
Yeah.
Write it on the night before, get a whiteboard and fucking strike it through. If it's a weekly thing, not a daily thing. If it's a weekly or a monthly thing, have your little fucking and your goals, basically said, mini fucking goals.
Yeah.
All sports people do it. They all keep a notepad.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
They all do, and just go, I was able to get 5 lifts on a 120 kg. I'll do fucking 6.
It's all about progression. What about a vision board? Would you ever get one of those? Pictures of, like, the Eiffel Tower.
I do, and I don't do that. Like, a mate of mine had it now. I remember he was all about that stuff. He used to go to the life coaching. And
you can get too much of that too, can't you?
He himself driven bananas. And I remember, I could never understand it. He always drove this gorgeous Pajero he had. And on the fucking... Oh, jeez, a meeting of the minds here beside us. But on the sun visor of the Pajero, he kept a picture of a 5 Series BMW. That was his dream car. And I went, you're driving a fucking Pajero, a brand new one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no. No.
Yeah.
I have far more time for what you're driving in right now. And that was indicative of him. He couldn't understand. He never spotted the good stuff he had. Ever.
See, that is another part of it, Tom, where like it's great to keep pushing yourself, but you also need to appreciate what you have.
Yeah.
Gratitude is a big thing.
And it sounds like
it's hard done.
It sounds like a hacky old thing to say, but it's fucking true though.
Yeah.
You do need to appreciate the fucking good stuff.
There'll always be a new BMW.
Yeah. Yeah. And maybe, we talk about what's going to happen with this virus and this lockdown for the country and all the rest of it. It might be a fucking alright thing. We were saying it even driving up. It might be an alright thing for people to take a fucking back seat for a minute and just go, alright.
Hang out with the family.
Hang out with the family.
Years passing by. We're the 3rd month already. Just relax. 2020. Fucking 20 years into the millennium.
Relax.
Hang out with a couple of old people.
Put on a jumper.
Hop in the bed with the auntie. Do a bit of shifting. No, but just relax, at home. Take time to chill out. And
you're dead right.
Yeah.
You are dead right. Like, and there's always something positive comes from, like we said, Hitler, not a good guy.
Very, very bad. Let's put that out there.
Very bad guy. That will be in the show notes.
Yeah.
I'll write that in the show notes.
That's the title.
Bold.
Is Hitler bad? Yes.
Yes, absolutely. But with all the negativity that came with that fucking bag of psycho that he was, he created a lot of jobs in Volkswagen, still to this day.
Mm-hmm.
The motorway throughout Germany is to be heralded throughout the world. A lot of road design came off the back of that.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of the nuclear scientists and fucking rocket scientists he had went on and moved. Okay, they got to step away from fucking in Operation Paperclip, as it was known. The Americans snapped a heap of them up and they brought them over and they created NASA off the back end of it.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm saying we're in the middle of a dose right now. There'll be some good things come from it. Like,
yeah.
Do you know?
For sure. Human innovation
Clean
is always...
our fucking hands.
Well, that's it, you know.
Well, I mean, we all see these young scientist awards and all the rest of it, like, and there's always genius fucking youngsters coming up with amazing fucking things. I'm just going to stick that joke up there for 1 second. There's always youngsters coming up with amazing things. I bet you any money there'll be some fucking class youngster come up with something fucking that'll just go, and it'll be as a result of this.
Mm-hmm.
He'll have spent the next month at home.
Yeah.
I guarantee we're going to have something unreal is going to come from it.
For sure. Some child genius.
Yeah,
like that,
I just think some child genius that's going to change the world will come from this. Like, going, listen here, you pack of tick cunts.
All you needed to do was swallow a couple of packs of Polar Mints and mix it in with something else.
Yeah, I guarantee it. Some child genius will come from this. Like, and we'll go, how would this not have been, ever been discovered prior?
Yeah.
But
it's the nature of life. It's the evolution, because we'll get a cure for this, and then eventually something else will come along.
Do you know one major positive that I can talk about right now? Driving in along, diesel has dropped by 10 cents.
No way.
10 fucking cents.
Wow.
It's down to 122 right now.
Me, that's not bad.
Because the Saudis said, fuck you, Russia, because Russia and the Saudis are the major oil company, owners in the world. And they were kind of in bed with each other going, hey, you keep your barrels now around the price. Yeah. Hello, my friend. I sell you barrels for... And the fucking Saudis went, fuck that.
Undercut them,
and are after selling... Because China's buying fuck all oil.
Yeah.
So China's fucking pollution is pretty much cleared.
No way.
It's gone up to like...
So there's your silver lining, you know?
There's your silver lining.
Yeah.
Mother Nature is cleaning up.
Oh, Mother Nature doesn't give a fuck for us.
And they will now, the knock-on effect of that, yes, economically will be fucking stinging for a long time. But I would say horticulturally, they're going to have a lot more shit grow now.
Completely, yeah. Which is better for the environment, isn't it?
Environment all around. And in the long run, they may actually fucking have bought themselves some time on the clock. Because if you clear, like, they showed it was from a space station or from a satellite image. And basically, typically, around the heavy cities, you can't fucking see them.
Yeah.
Because they're just in cloud from smog.
Yeah.
Complete clearance over the cities.
That can only be a good thing.
Can only be a fucking good thing.
So maybe we've slowed down the whole... Well, I mean, obviously the CO2 emissions are fucking gone down a good bit, no?
I can tell you now, I drove up the M50 sailing through traffic like it was a Sunday morning.
So there you go.
It was... my stress levels by the time I got to you was fucking lovely.
Yeah.
It felt like I was driving down the country again.
I think everything's going to be fine.
I think everything will be alright. So long as you have a hand sanitizer.
Of course, yeah.
And each other. And shifted. That was $4.50 for that bottle.
Wow.
That little fucking bottle.
These fuckers, Selden, making a fortune.
Well, I'm guessing, I don't know, they could have sold it to the petrol station I bought it in.
Well, fair enough.
You know.
We can't put a bit more in my hand.
I do, yeah.
Don't even know why, but...
Feels good.
Feels
sophisticated.
It certainly does.
Do you know, will we stick a fork in it on?
We will.
And we will be. We'll get you out as many. Thankfully, people have. Do you know what? People have been lovely. People have been contacting me going, I hope to hear more. I fucking love your podcast. But, because I throw the old ramble pod out and I do the, do you know, it's me at home just talking. I've been talking at length about this too and going, look, you need to understand. When they're two self-employed fucking artists and we're trying to, you take a fucking job.
Yeah.
As in our position, when somebody says, here, we need you in fucking Ballinrobe.
You got to do it.
Tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock, you go, yes, thank you.
Yeah, because you don't know when the next paycheck is going to come in, so you got to keep fucking hustling.
So we haven't been able, but we're organising how we're definitely going to be able to do it on Skype for when we can't get together. Yeah. And then there'll be, at least then we can do it in our underpants. Hopefully our underpants.
If you want to,
if you're, okay with that, I'm just saying.
Cameras on or off?
Like I said, we're going to do it on Skype.
We'll see how it goes. We'll ask the fans what they want.
I know what they want. They're
sick bastards.
But do you know what? No, people have been sound out. They've been going,
yeah,
lads, fucking loving the podcast. but nobody's giving out. It's great. There's a lovely brand of people.
That's nice.
Geddes gets the world of cunts shouting at him. Now, he gets a lot of sound people, but he has a huge listenership too. But he gets a lot of sound. But the world of people going, I think you'll find, or, hey, do you know that thing you're doing there? Would you mind not doing that?
Yeah, people will always nitpick, you know.
I don't know if they always will, because I never get nitpickers. I don't get it at comedy. I don't get it at, like, I think people understand, I'd be wasting my time with that lad.
Maybe, yeah.
I'd be talking into a barrel.
Yeah, but it's just like, you know, people, you go into a shop, there's 2 loaves of bread there, someone doesn't like one loaf, someone loves the other loaf. It's just the nature of people is they're going to like some things and dislike other things. And, you know, it's something I've come to accept even with my own stuff. I'm like, I tried probably too much at the beginning I want everyone to like this, everyone. And of course you should try to make everyone maybe, well, as long as you like it first, but the more people that like it, obviously the better.
Yeah.
But it's never going to be 100%.
Well, there's no clear pathway to this,
No.
especially to doing the kind of stuff we do. I mean, and no cunt will give you advice, that's for sure. No fucker will give you any advice. But what you'll find is, often you're going, how the fuck are so many people into that shite?
Mm-hmm.
But you're going, oh, I get it. They have zero shame.
Yeah.
And they're doing what they're doing because they don't have the imagination. Like the fellow who came in with the Dacia Duster.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Duster buys.
Yeah.
You're going, how can you live with yourself? Because I'm driving a fucking, I just made £1 million for naming that.
Yeah.
So, suck my dick, I'm going home for the week. And if anybody's looking for me, I'll be in the pub doing coke off the back of a hooker. Do you know, that's
blowing all the money.
We're nearly too conscientious for our own good. Like.
Yeah.
Do you know, so, as you said, do you as best you fucking can, like, and that's
100%,
I think that's good for everybody. Don't be worried about what the cunt next door is thinking.
Yeah, that's a good mindset to live your life by.
People once you're doing you and not fucking hurting anybody, sure, you can be happy with that.
Exactly.
And if your thing is entertaining people, there'll be enough people entertained or amused by you if you're doing you.
Exactly. Yeah, because you're unique to you. Be yourself.
Fucking shifting champion in 2012 talking here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that man knows what he's talking about. Right, thank you very much for listening. Rate and review us. By that I mean, write us something lovely, like that great one we got about St. Halage today.
Yeah.
But 5 stars. Don't mind, keep them, the rest of them fucking yokes.
Don't give us any of the stars. 5, we only want 5 or don't even bother.
I don't understand why they went to the star system anymore. Just a thumbs up or thumbs down would do. Like,
yeah.
Because what are we going to do with somebody going with 2 stars? We're not a restaurant. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. Maybe they're trying to get it more specific though, but fuck it,
Maybe, yeah. But
just up or down.
Up or down.
And in fact, don't even bother with the down. Just straight up.
Yeah, straight up.
Positivity.
Please. That's what it's all about in this day and age.
Yeah.
Right. Till the next time, Owen, this has been lovely.
Tom, enjoy the car with you.
Thank you very much. We'll sanitize our hands again there.
Yeah, we'll have to.
Thank you very much.
Good job. Still.
Goodbye and God bless.
Good luck, lads.